This is my video about my heavy metals test. They tested for 31 heavy metals. Actually, I think some of them are called soft metals. Like, what was it? Bismuth. That's considered a soft metal, I think. So actually, not all of them are really heavy metals, but so anyway, I bought this test on Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. I bought it on Amazon, and because I've been going to this naturopath doctor, and she said that I could go to the lab, you know, by my house or whatever, but I called them, and it was like $600, and they only rambled off like, you know, 12 heavy metals. So, come here, baby. So I got the test off Amazon, and it was $114. But there's something kind of strange because the doctor who reads the test and everything is out of San Diego, and yet you send the hair sample off to Doctor's Data in Illinois, and they want to like screw with you and never give you your results. So what you need to do is just, you know, contact the people who actually sold the test, which is called it's called Test Country. And then a representative will get back to you really fast and give you your results. Because once you mail it off, I mean, they'll get the results in no time, in like, you know, 5 or 6 days. But stupid. So anyway, the woman on Amazon finally, or man or whatever, gave me my results through Amazon, and I still sent out the, you know, request for documents or whatever, which is what the Illinois people told me to fill out. And they still haven't mailed them, you know, to me. So I don't know if maybe they already got word that they were already given to me by on Amazon as a PDF or whatever. I don't know, but I don't know what Doctor's Data has anything to do with anything, and they're out of Illinois, but so I don't know. It's kind of screwy, and there were a couple people on Amazon that said I never got my results, and I'm thinking, this is probably a freaking scam or something, you know? But, yeah, because I filled out the requisition form, you know, clearly and everything, and all I did was I put a little note and I said you can email them to me and mail them to me. And they tripped out, and then on a Saturday, a week after I sent my hair sample off, they sent me some form. So I thought it was a scam, I really did, like they're just screwing with you. And they're like, fill this out so we can give you your results. And so I called them, and this person was from Illinois, and they were like, oh, no, we can't email them to you. And then you have people on Amazon saying, oh, the results were emailed to me. But maybe they just, you know, maybe they meant kind of like how I got my results. The woman or whatever sent me via PDF attachment on my Amazon account. That's how I got my results, because the Illinois people, they just want to keep screwing with you and never give you your results. So I don't know, it's kind of weird, I don't know. But, so yeah, it's only $114, and, you know, everybody keeps acting like, oh, you probably got heavy metals in you, you know, like everybody, you know. Like everybody is probably toxic of heavy metals. But I definitely wasn't about to pay $600. And, you know, because of chemtrails and stuff like that. So I finally got tested, and I know it's accurate. The reason why I know it's accurate is because I'll tell you in a minute. So anyway, so here's my result. So see, you have the green section, the yellow section, and the red section. If you have a metal too deep in the yellow or the red, then it's going to generate a paragraph, and it's going to tell you why chromium or mercury or lead or barium is bad for you. But I was in the very, very low percentile, so I did not get any paragraphs generated. See, it just says hair elements report introduction. I didn't get any paragraphs generated because I am not toxic in any one of these 31 heavy metals. Probably because I never go outside in the sun. I mean, I go outside a little bit, but it's always in the evening time. And you know, they're chemtrailing, you know, 24/7, 365, and they're doing it at nighttime, you know, too, all seasons. But anyway, I don't really stay a lot outside because I can't really handle the sun. So, that may be why I'm not, and I filter my water, so I'm probably not getting a lot of copper and lead and stuff from the water supply, since I do filter my water, and I guess it's a pretty good filter. Okay, so here is the green section. See, everything is in the green section. And there's one thing that's a little bit barely in the yellow section, but it's not enough to generate a paragraph or anything. But the bismuth, this is how I know this test is accurate, man. Because the bismuth is the highest one on the list. I have, or I mean, it's still low. It's still low enough, but it's higher than any of these other ones. So, and because the reason why it's the highest on the list as being in my body is because I took about about 7 doses of Pepto-Bismol in a 4-week period when I had hypoglycemia. When that doctor screwed me up and gave me acupuncture, and it screwed up my endocrine system. So, and then of course in close proximity, I bought this test. So basically I, 3-4 weeks previously, I took Pepto-Bismol, and so then when I took the hair sample test, I mean, it's still low, but it's just kind of funny how it's higher than everything else. That's how I know, like, damn, this test must be accurate. So anyway, I did give them lots of extra hair. You're supposed to give like 0.25 grams or something like that, but I tried to give them more on purpose, just so, my test will be accurate. So here's arsenic, lead, mercury. I hardly have any mercury in me at all. See, look, barely any at all. I have more arsenic and lead, but it's still very, very, in the 5th percentile or whatever. So yeah, you don't want anything over here too deep in the yellow, or definitely not in the red. But see, as you can see, all of mine are normal or below normal range. So I'm not like toxic in anything. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. See, because that's the mercury right there. From top to bottom, it's arsenic, lead, mercury. Arsenic, lead, mercury. See, I barely have any mercury in me at all right there. 0.05. So anyway, and it gives you the range. See, so if you have like arsenic in you, I have 0.023. It should be less than 0.14, which it is. So see, it's not even barely even getting in the green. So see, it's very easy to read the test because it gives you the allowable amount or whatever. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to get the test was because I have 3, mercury fillings in my mouth, and I was just like curious, So here's cadmium, chromium, beryllium, cobalt, nickel, zinc. Zinc is a little bit, probably because I take so many vitamins. Zinc is a little higher than most all the other ones, but bismuth was the highest. Copper, I don't have a lot of copper. I don't have any thorium or thallium. Barium, barely, but then there's manganese, selenium, cesium, bismuth, vanadium, vanadium, silver. Yeah, see, I have a little bit of silver in me. 0.14, and you should have less than 1.6. The silver, oh, okay, wait, silver was kind of, yeah, silver was kind of high. I mean, still low, but high compared to the other stuff. See, silver, 0.14 is my value, and it should be less than 1.6. But see, it's still not getting in the yellow or the red. But anyway, it's good to get this test, man. Aluminum, platinum, tungsten, tin, uranium, gold, tellurium, germanium, titanium. Okay, so anyway, it's 31 elements. But yeah, the lead, I mean, is the freaking lowest on the list. I mean, mercury. Well, and lead. But here's something kind of interesting. See, there's the green, yellow, red. If you go on down, I'm not toxic in anything. And like I say, the bismuth wasn't really high enough to generate, it's barely in the yellow, but it's not enough, it wasn't enough to generate a paragraph. So I'm not toxic in it, but the thing is, like I say, I did take about 7 or 8 doses over a month, and then boom, I took this test. So that's why the bismuth is kind of high, and bismuth is considered a low, I mean a soft metal. But here's an example of somebody else's. She's a 51-year-old woman. And this could just be a made-up test, but I believe it's probably real, but they just, you know, sanitize the name and everything. You know, they just kind of give you an example on the website. Okay, so this woman, oh my God, she's high in a lot of things. She's really high in nickel, sort of. Copper. See, look at her copper. That's copper right there. And she's kind of high in nickel. But see, it wasn't high enough to generate a paragraph though. So you got to get it over on the far side of the yellow. See, it generated a paragraph for aluminum and uranium and copper. The other ones weren't quite high enough, but they were still sort of high. You know, like the nickel is still kind of high, but it wasn't enough to generate a paragraph, so she's not quite toxic enough. But right here is the copper, and see how high she is? Green, yellow, red, and here's her copper, all the way in the red. And then she has quite a bit of silver in her too, but not high enough to generate a paragraph. 0.86 should be less than 1.6. See, she's already in the middle of the yellow. And then this one is aluminum. She was high in aluminum. Yeah, probably because she's drinking tap water and she's not filtering her water. See, she's high in aluminum. I think I got chocolate on this. She's high in aluminum, copper, and uranium. See, the uranium is barely touching the red graph. And so anyway, it generated, like I say, she's a little high in some other ones, but it wasn't high enough for them to generate a paragraph. And see, the copper, she could be high in copper because of the water lines coming to her house. Could be copper, and she's not filtering her water. It says an elevated level of copper in hair may be indicative of excess in the body. However, it is important for us to rule out exogenous contamination sources. Permanent solutions, dyes, bleaches, swimming pool, hot tub, water, very common. See, she's probably drinking freaking tap water and she's getting contaminated with copper and shit. Because a lot of people, they really do drink tap water and they just do not filter their water. In the case of contamination from hair treatments, other elements, aluminum, silver, nickel, titanium may also be elevated. See, I think she was, yeah, see, I think she was kind of high in silver and nickel. Production of kitchen utensils. But anyway, it's kind of interesting. And then it generated a paragraph for aluminum because she was high in aluminum. And it just says aluminum level in hair is a reliable indicator of assimilation. And then the other one, she was high in uranium. Oh, where's the other one at? See, it says aluminum, copper, uranium, high. And then it says the levels of uranium in hair usually reflect levels of in other tissues. Anyway, it's kind of interesting. You should get this test. It's $114. And this is a 51-year-old woman. But I thought it's kind of interesting. And this one person on Amazon, they said that they were high in tin, T-I-N. Where's the tin one at? Let's see here. Oh, here it is down here. This woman is, yeah, she's good on T-I-N. I'm lower on everything. I barely have any of that shit in me. But anyway, it's kind of interesting. I'm just glad I can relax and I really don't have a lot of, you know, mercury in me. Because that's what I was tripping about, since I have, see, 0.5. It should be less than 3.0 and mine's 0.05 of mercury. So that's cool. Yeah, so you should get this test. And like I say, it's, anyway, you'll get something like this. But just ask the people on Amazon to give, you know, to give you the test or the results. And they will give them to you really, really fast, because these stupid asses from Illinois, I don't know what their problem is. As far as I remember, the envelope, when they gave me the kit, it came out of San Diego. But when I sent the hair sample off, it was actually sent to Doctor's Data in Illinois. But they want to screw with you and not give you your results. So just contact the people on Amazon from where it says testcountry.com. That's who's selling the test, from San Diego. But why the hell it has to go to Illinois, I have no idea. So yeah, so you won't have a problem getting your results just as long as you, just after you melt it off, wait about 7 days and boom, they'll be done with it. And just email the people on Amazon, you know, through testcountry.com, and they'll give you your results as an attachment on your Amazon account. Thanks for listening.